Today we will use NeuroAudio as a clinical audiometer. Actually, NeuroAudio allows us to perform pure tone audiology using different types of stimulators. For example, for air conduction study, we can use headphones or insert earphones. Insert earphones has some advantages. For example, it can prevent collapse of outer ear canal and reduce the environmental sound intensity on 30 decibels. So the bone conduction study, we can use bone vibrator stimulator. Today we will use headphones. Firstly, we connect it to our amplifier, and we gave a special patient's button to the patient to check. Then the patient gives the response on the stimulus. Actually, always you need to perform this test in soundproof room. Now we can put the headphones and start to work in NeuroAudio.net program. Our patient will give the response pushing any button on the patient's button. Then he will hear a sound. We are in the main window now for this test. In the higher panel you can see a lot of parameters to manage the stimulation process. The starting intensity here by default is 30 decibels. You can increase or decrease here or using the keyboard. Here you can see the starting frequency of stimulation. You can choose the necessary. By default it's 1000 Hz. Here you can see the side of stimulation. By default start with right. You can change it. Here you can see the tone response panel. You can deliver a tone by pressing space button. You can enter the patient response using this button, or the patient can use the patient button specially. Also, we can make the auto algorithm of stimulation. Let's see. Here in the settings you can see the manual test parameters. For example, you can fix or not tone length and change its duration here. Also, you can see the auto test. We use Huxon-Westlake algorithm. Also, tone length in second. Start level 30 decibels. You can change the random interval of delivering the stimulus here. And here you can see all the frequencies that will be performed during the test. You can switch off or add something. The higher frequencies you can add also if you have a special headphones. Now check the using a stimulator. We use headphones. And let's start. Tone response decrease. Tone response decrease. Tone response decrease. Tone no response. Let's increase. Tone response decrease again. Tone no response. Increase again. Tone response. 2 responses in this point is a treasure. Now let's go here. Decrease tone response. Decrease tone response. Decrease tone response. Decrease tone no response. Increase a little. No response. Again. Yes. 2 answers in this point. Let's check the 3. Okay, let's go and get the audiogram. They are finishing. Yes, we get the audiogram for right ear on the air conduction. Here we can see the averaging threshold for speech frequencies. Let's check the auto for left ear. Deliver a tone response, decrease, response, decrease, no response, increase, response, decrease, no response, no response, response. 2 answers in this point. Let's continue. Response, tone, response, decrease, no response, increase, response, decrease, no response, no response here, response. Again is it triggered, and continue. Tone, response, decrease, tone, response, decrease, response, decrease, no response. Let's increase. It's all made automatically. I only comment it. So we get a response of 500 at this point. Okay, automatic test finished now. We can see here the average for right and left ear. It is normal. In some cases we need to use bone vibrator stimulator. Put it on the head, choose the side, and repeat all the procedure manually or automatically. Tone, response, tone, response. Here we have no response. Increase, no response. Increase, response, and so on. Okay, we get the bone conduction thresholds. We see the normal picture. But in some cases we can get pictures, for example, like this, and we see a big difference between air and bone conduction. It can be, for example, in the middle ear problems.